welcome back to Road Atlanta, here for round 3 of the Oversteer Grand Prix. Got top 32 today, joined here by my good friend and commentator Strip. What's going on,
That's
man?
right. Going on, man. We're back at Road Atlanta. Not back with OGP, obviously. We've never been here with OGP before. However, I'm sure every single one of us is very, very familiar with this track. One of the longest in competition drifting to really be utilized like this. So very exciting to be here. Very good track, very competitive. Lots of very high speed, high angle. Should make for a pretty good show today.
Absolutely. True staple of the Formula Drift schedule, that's for certain. Well, before we get into how our season's shaping up right now, I want to give a quick shout out to all of our partners and sponsors who make this all possible. ADL for all their growing support, ESDA, all the drivers here vying for an opportunity to get into the Spring Major. Over there, by winning this competition of round, Grip Royal will be able to partner for them with a new trophy prize for the end of the season, and also our own wheel. Kinetik Kreations for all the liveries on these beautiful cars. Team Lock to Lock. Augie Customs, Drake Drifts for the layout here at Road Atlanta, making it look spiffy for our use, which you can all find on Vosan. If you want to drive this track, drive these cars, see how you stack up to our drivers here competing, give it a gander over on Vosan, give themselves a download. Try those out today. But before we get into battles, let's take a look at our standings. See how the season's looking. There are our first 2 rounds of competition. And man, Strep, Anthony Taylor truly running away with this championship right now.
Yeah, the guy definitely came out and put on a show. I mean, he is just looking to dominate as much as he possibly can. And yet again, he's sitting here very high up, ready to throw down at Road Atlanta.
Absolutely. Falling, actually, to Drake, who is currently sitting 7th in the points with his 98 qualifying run. But things pretty close towards the 2nd place, bottom of the podium. Pretty close battle between Diaz, Jonathan, Lester, all vying for a chance to maybe challenge Anthony Taylor for that top spot. Well, let's look at how our bracket's shaping up for today. Got a lot of good battles underway. But we'll be starting off with Drake, our number 1 qualifier, getting a bye run. Our top 5 qualifying all getting bye runs. So a little lucky for them. We'll see Chris take on Milos, Matt Spies take on Devante Moya, which his brother Dominic on the other side of the bracket. Chillmate from Kinetik taking his shot at Dalton Thomas. Edvinas is going to be getting a bye, qualifying 4th in his effort. Then we'll see Jason take on Keefe. Travis Dawson also getting a bye run, and Matos taking on Dustin.
And speaking of bye runs and people placing very high in their qualifying, again, we talked about Anthony Taylor qualifying 2nd here. He's going to be starting the 2nd half of the bracket with a bye run there. That'll be, I believe, bye run number 4 out of the bracket so far here. Immediately followed up by Boogies going against 33 Ryan. Jonathan Casillas, another person who we got to keep our eyes on here. He's going to be going on against Austin Sager. Cervantes going to be going up against Ghosts of STB. And then we've got Lester also going for a bye run here. The Pudgy Platyp will be going against my roommate, Brett, aka Irio of Kinetik. Will Pousant, Will Peasant, Will Peasant, however you want to call him, will be going against Dominic Moya, the brother of the formerly mentioned Devante. And then to wrap us out, we got Joel Wilson, also known as Strange Angle, taking on Diaz, who qualified 11th. Very good runs overall from what I saw in qualifying after catching up. So very excited to see how some of these guys throw down against each other.
Absolutely, you said it right. There's a lot of high qualifying yesterday, so the drivers certainly know this track well. But without further ado, let's get into top 32. We got Drake already up to the line, and that RPS S13.5 ready to throw down for his bye run. Here we go. So basically be our follow through our top qualifier of yesterday with his 98-point run, shocking the entire roster, taking down Anthony Taylor. That's going to give us kind of a track guide of what to really look for.
Making light work of this course as he makes his way around.
Absolutely. Great display. Little 360 to boot, baby. There you go.
What a way to welcome me home from Connecticut right there. I appreciate that. I'm so glad that you did that for us.
Yes, absolutely. We do love our 360s around here. But we already got our next battle up to the line. Got Chris in that S14 with Milos and Chase in the S15. Two different generations here. Let's see how they stack up for our first official battle of top 32. So here we go. White light flashes as they power their way down the hill. Big angle from Chris, almost throws it back into a reverse angle there. Was able to keep it relatively clean, not choke up the chase too much. As he's trying to keep his best proximity here, Milos in the chase. Oh, misses that touch and go. But right back up to the door. Taking out that inner clip pylon on his way back around. But not too bad of a run there. Chris putting down not too terrible of a lead. Few big angle moments there that could have choked up the chase there.
Yeah, a couple of things that could have been done differently there, but of course we'll now switch them around. And we'll have, I believe now that's going to be, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, or no, yeah, sorry, Chris will be chasing now with Milos in the lead.
Yes, absolutely.
And here we go. Lights are on, drivers are away, out through the start chicane. Bringing it down around that bubble, gotta remember not to let the wheels touch. Initiates in, very nicely done in the lead position. Looks like Chris having to catch up a little bit here, but doing so, now getting a little bit gapped going up the hill there through that outside zone. But he is going to go ahead and catch up there as they come through that inside clip. Very nicely done by the lead car. Grabs that outside zone. Now looks like possibly a little bit of over-angling in the chase there. Has to correct himself on angle and dropping a tire. So overall, very, very nice lead there from Milo. Not the cleanest chase that we've seen out of Chris.
Absolutely not. Milos was absolutely running away through that course. Chris just having to play catch up.
We'll see what the judges have to say about that one.
Absolutely. Definitely will probably come down to how they performed in their chase. We saw some pretty similar, but minor mistakes in their retrospective leads. And it will be Milos taking the win in the S15. Be making his way to take on Drake, our #1 qualifier next round, in the top 16. Already have our next group to the line. Matty Spies in that E36. Devontae Moya giving chase in the E46. Once again, two different generations. The same manufacturer.
Yeah, and even though it is the same manufacturer with two different generations of the E chassis here, two very competitive drivers. We'll see what they put down for us.
Absolutely. So light flashes. Here we go. Almost a late initiation there for Matty, but makes it stick as he is able to get down onto that inner clip. Devontae still not doing too bad in the chase here, keeping good proximity. Was not able to get out to outside zone 3 very well, but is able to get out to the touch and go. A lot better than the first battle we saw. A big angle from Devontae, has to save it coming out of that final zone, but a great lead run by Matty.
Yeah, Matty definitely coming out here and showing that he knows how to handle that car. Very, very nice out there in the lead run. Probably threw a little bit more angle on initiation than what the judges wanted to see, but he did make it stick, and Moya was able to slide right up into that pocket.
Absolutely, taking advantage of every opportunity he sees. Hopefully what we want to see in the chase.
And now what these drivers want to see is those lights get illuminated so they can go on the way for their second half of the battle, and the lights are on. Away we go. Devontae Moya out in the lead. Matty Spies, Snipes, Pies, whatever you want to call them, in the chase here. Initiates in. A little bit of a gap between the two of them right now, but crazy angle from Devontae in the lead. And it looks like possibly throwing off Matty in the chase there, going a little bit too inside. But it does look like the line from the lead car is a little bit off, having a bit of bobbles going on. Not as fast as what Maddie would be expecting to have here. However, they are still both making it work as we go through that last outside zone and across the line. Definitely a little bit of a rough lead there coming from Devontae. I'll have to see if the judges side with him. Maybe there was something that I didn't see.
Yeah, absolutely. We take a look back at the replay. And just kind of almost a shaky lead from Devontae. But also Maddie transitioning a little too early and getting actually into the grass over the rumble on that inner clip, but Devontae just missing almost the entirety of outer zone 3. Also getting a little bit of that end bit of the line coming out of the key, which we do not want to see lead drivers touching with their tire, because we're trying to mitigate the chase getting choked up, and that'll be the outcome as Maddie will get the win and advance on.
Very nicely done by Maddie there. Very, very good run overall in the lead, and puts up with it in the chase too, making it all work.
Absolutely. Well, we already got our next battle up to the line. Chillmate in the S14, Dalton in that E46, the chase lane. See how these drivers fare. That one was very difficult to get out for me. That was rough.
Sometimes English is hard. That's part of being a commentator.
A Chillmate from Team Kinetik, seeing how he can fare. And Dalton trudging down the hill, initiating in. Good entry from Chillmate, but little bump in the rear sends Chillmate still on the right path as he makes his way up the hill. Little touch in the grass. Dalton working his way back to his door. Diving in real sharp there. Missing that entire touch and go. Also there too, grabbing a little bit of grass from that inner clip. And just can't get his transitions on point.
No, it seemed like he was definitely starting to towards the end there. That last transition was very bumper on bumper. That was pretty cool. But unfortunately, the other transitions throughout the run just not exactly what the judges are going to want to see. So we'll re-rack him here, switch positions, see what these guys do. Of course, Chill, aka Elias, one of my drivers, doing a very good job out there in the lead. We'll see what he does in the chase position as Dalton is to lead him out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lights are on. Drives our way. Oh, looks like possibly an issue going on here.
Yeah, very unsure of what happened there at the line.
Looks like Dalton's gonna keep on going through. I mean, maybe this will be a restart. Yep, it is being called by the marshal as a reset. So Dalton gonna use this little bit of a lap that he's got left here, just feel out the course.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little practice run. He'll be able to get new tires as they get back up to the.
Yeah, and honestly, that was a pretty good run from Dalton. So I mean, maybe, hopefully, he didn't just throw away his good lead run and is about to meet his own demise. But and Dalton isn't even changing his tires by the looks of things. It looks like he's getting ready to just re-rack the car.
Yeah,
I'd be pretty impressed if we don't see him go back to the pits for new tires here.
That'll be
you gotta have some guts to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he knows something about these tires that we don't.
It's an entire strategy. Just waiting for it to play out.
Man, that E46, one of the coolest looking cars, in my opinion, at least, on the grid. One of the ones that I had the most fun painting. Dalton actually has a custom paint for this car that was also done by us using the pre-made stuff that he got from a company he works with for RC stuff. So cool little fun fact there.
Hey. Nice.
The guy likes yellow.
Yeah.
Big
Ain't nothing
yellow
wrong
guy.
with that. Nothing wrong with a good yellow. Here we go. It looks like we got them both back up to the line.
Lights are flashing away as we get these guys all staged up, ready to run. Try this one again.
Absolutely. So just waiting on the light. Get going here. It's taking a minute here.
Oh my God, it happened. Shout out to everybody who watches NASCAR. Carson Hocevar is a NASCAR Cup Series winner. I've been waiting so long for this day. Oh my God, he did it.
That is insane.
That's a cool little story to talk about while we're waiting. Wow. All right. Good job.
Insane.
That's so sick to see.
All right. Looks like we're getting ready to go here.
Here we go. Lights are on. Drivers are both on their way. Dalton to lead out Elias. That Nissan S14 Silvia. Dalton initiates in. Very nicely matching the angle in the chase position as Elias as they go through the course here. Now going up the hill, Dalton maybe a little bit lacking angle to get a little bit more speed there, but he is making it work as Elias tucks nicely into that pocket. Now transitioning through that next little outside zone, almost like a touch and go there. Could have been a little bit deeper, but not too bad there. Now as they go through that last inside clip out to the last outside zone and across the line, looks like maybe a little bit of contact from Elias in the chase there, but nothing that's going to affect that run.
Oh, absolutely not. Great chase from Chillmate. I think everything we wanted to see there is Dalton taking the long way around. The gate just missed that there.
And it looks like it is going to go to Elias. That's going to be a win for one of the
nice.
Kinetik boys here, going to the top 16. Love to see that. A little bit of self-glaze going on here. Shout out Kinetik. The Kinetik Creations for all of your livery and modeling needs. We'll just go to Kinetik Esports if you want to follow some cool-ass dudes, because, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We certainly appreciate everything done here for us.
I believe next we should be seeing a Byron.
I believe we will be bringing in the next group here, as that does conclude our first group. And while that happens, let's go to a quick commercial. 98.1 for Anthony Taylor, topping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that...
There's Young already complaining about the ads. Hello and welcome back. We're getting our next group of drivers all funneled in here. Getting their practice on, getting ready for their battles coming up. As we already saw, a pretty good battle, I would say, against Chillmate and Dalton. Chase looking pretty good out of Chillmate.
Yeah, one of the things that we've been driving home over at the Kinetik camp lately has been making sure that we get those chase runs dialed in. And Chill coming out here just wanting to show off a little bit, I think. But very, very happy with how his performance went there.
Absolutely. Another one of your drivers, Travis Dawson, qualifying 5th and actually giving Anthony Taylor a little bit of a run for his money. What did you think about that?
Yeah, so when that happened, I was actually on my way home from Connecticut. I was at some place in the middle of New York State, and I happened to just open the Kinetic chat, and I see Legacy top qualifier, and I'm like, no, wait a minute, what's going on? So I actually, in the middle of my drive, I jumped into our voice channel that we have for the team in there, and I was like, dude, what's going on? And he's like, I just top qualified, dog. I'm dude, so stoked. I'm so happy for him. He's been really fighting a lot of gremlins lately. So to see him not only qualify so high like he did, and then also he's got a buy run right into the 16. As a team owner, I can't help but be stoked for him. As somebody who loves drifting, I'm even more stoked because who doesn't love a free pass into the 16?
Exactly. No, I would take that any day of the week if I was still competing. That's
Just
for
like
certain.
what do we got? I believe it's Edvinas coming up soon here. Also
Yeah,
getting a little bit of
Venus
a buy
taking a buy
run going
run.
on.
Yeah.
Very exciting for him. We know that Edvinas loves to come out here and compete with us.
Absolutely. Another driver who's looking real good and poised to win today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot more great battles coming up. Once again, just another quick shout out to all of our sponsors making it all possible. I love to put on a great show for you guys. These guys certainly help us out a ton. The drivers finishing up their warm-ups, as we'll have a pretty short group as we do have 2 buys. But that won't stop the action.
Shout out to the Canon camera company. Very, very cool what you guys did for Tyler's visuals after his camera got stolen at FD. Just wanted to come on here and publicly say that while I'm thinking about that. That was a very cool thing of you to do.
That's super cool. We love that.
Canon is by far one of the best companies out there when it comes to anything media related. They are so good and easy to work with. They're very, very loyal to their customer base.
I love that.
It's a shame that we can't use Canon products on this, or else we probably would.
Yeah. That would be certainly amazing. But we get hoaxy cams. Our amazing
hoaxy cams, yes,
hoaxy
the best
cams.
of the business.
Best cams in the world.
I don't know if anybody
cams
can
in the
hear him
world.
because he told us that you guys can't hear him, but Hoaxy is over here just criminalizing himself as the worst cameraman ever known.
Exactly. This man, nasty with the sticks. He's pressing all the buttons, doing all the things. He's making it look good. It looks like we have Edvinas making his way to the line for his buy run. Also running in that 13.5. We will see him. Absolutely. Seems like a lot of the top guys are running it. Huh. Weird. Weird how it works out like that.
We need to have a counter on the streams.
Hoaxy over Sony. Love that.
Now, if you think Sony over Canon, you're crazy because Sony does not care about their customers.
Sony's
I said it. You heard it here first. Their customer support is horrible. Edvinas, though, doing the exact opposite of horrible right now. Putting on a show. Very nice run here by Edvinas. We're going to need to have a counter put up on the stream here at some point of what happens more. We see a 13.5 do a good run, or Vroom says the word absolutely. Oh, there's the 360. Like a gift from the gods.
Oh,
there
man.
it is.
Look at that. Looks like we got a boat life battle here between EOD Jason and TDR Keefe in the chase. Both drivers already lined up, ready to go. And this is going to be a real interesting one. Have we had JZX on JZX Violence before? We had to have.
Oh yeah, we've definitely seen some boat life on boat life action.
Well, we got boat lives here at Road Atlanta. Jason might have touched that bubble there. Judges are going to have to look back on that. Definitely something we don't want to see, but starting to run away up the hill from Keefe. But Jason putting down a great line right here. Keefe finding his way to the door, slightly getting out to that touch and go. Matching pretty good angle as they work their way down to the line.
It's a very nice chase run there from Keefe through a lot of the portions of that run.
Absolute. Wow. I do say it a
there
lot.
it is. Yeah,
There it
add it to
is.
the counter.
Add it to the counter. Oh gosh.
Oh man, we've got nicknames, we've got boats, we've got absolutely counters.
We got Anthony, Taylor. We got Hoaxy. Man, we got everything here.
We've got the Kinetik hatchback household monster addiction. We've got the boats that are still running the wrong banners, but it's okay because you guys are on their way. We're going down the hill. And here we go now. Keefe to lead, Jason to chase as they initiate in. Very nice initiation. Oh, but we've got contact. Keefe getting hit by Jason from the rear. That might actually be faulted on Keefe potentially because of how much angle he was holding, throwing it down in there. We'll have to see what they say about that. I know it was hit on very clearly by the... Oh, there it is again.
Oh, God.
I know that we were hitting on it pretty heavily in the driver briefing. No backies. So, yeah, let's take a look at the replay here. Let's see what happened. Obviously, now we've got two questionable things. Did Jason hit the bubble? Did Keefe over angle? Find out next episode on Dragon. But nope, we're going to get copyrighted.
Man, that's a hard call for Keefe.
Yeah, that's a very tough decision to make for sure. I would not want to be a judge on this one.
That's why
at the end of the day, this also might come down to what's going on in that first round.
The judges do have tire line maps, so we do see exactly where they place those tires. And Keefe will advance. Looks like that bubble coming into play, and also, so it seems like that wasn't an over angle. And the judges
were being very good about that. Very good by the judges.
Yeah. But we got Kinetik, Legacy from Team Kinetik up to the line.
I will be judging this run very heavily.
Got your pen and a notepad ready to go. Start writing down every single mistake. Let's hyper analyze this run.
Here we go. Let's do this. Let's see what Legacy puts down here. This is my favorite thing to do. Blowing the damn tires off as he goes down the hill. Holy hell, dude. Look at that. What a beautiful start to this run. Oh, but now he's put an inner tire on that rumble. Coming up the hill. Ooh, the track edge. Very nicely done by you, Travis. Nails that outside zone. Does put it on the rumble strip a little bit there. Nothing too crazy. Brings it in for that inside clip. Very nice run from Legacy. And no 360. No 360, so he's actually banned from competition.
Oh, man.
Go home. Pack your shit in the trailer and get out of here.
We take our 360s very serious here.
We take our 360s very serious. Also, if you put tire on rumble, that means that you get publicly executed, as I said. You're way cooler if you don't use the rumble. That's actually not a thing that's going to happen, but here we go.
We do allow one tire on the rumbers. 98.1 qualifying score. But we got Matthias up to the line. Dustin in that E36 giving him chase. Our Brazilian driver. Let's see what he can do here.
Bora Brazil.
Brazil. See what they got. Good initiation by Matthias, carrying a lot of speed. Dustin right there with him. Still not letting him get away as they make their way up the hill. Putting that back tire right on that line through outer zone 3. Dustin still glued to his door for the most part, doing a great job in the chase, but goes out a little bit wide there, gets a little bit of the grass. Overall, he's going to come across the line.
You know what? We've seen these guys drive before. We know what they're capable of, man. That was very lackluster. I know that these two can turn it up a notch. Hopefully they do it in the second half of this battle. Maybe we'll see it one more time even. And they can really throw it down.
Yeah, get a little call out by Strep. Yeah. Turn it up. Turn it up.
We know that these guys can turn it up. This is not 100% from them. Here we go then. We got Mr. Brazil in the chase. Dustin out in the lead. Bora Brazil as we initiate on in. Dustin with a beautiful initiation there. But our Brazilian wonder definitely making sure to keep it in there. As I say that, he does correct. Looks like he's having trouble holding angle, but Dustin is now going out and dropping a tire there. He transitioned through that outside touch and go. Dustin again out on that rumble strip. Transitioning through, very nicely done. A little bit of a bobble in the lead there from Dustin through that last corner. But Matos, the Brazilian wonder there, doing a pretty good job to make do with what he's got. So we'll take it to the replay, see what happened there.
Absolutely. We take a look, see what went down in the respective runs. Might have been getting word that Dustin might have straightened, possibly going up his way up the hill. Looks pretty clean for the most part, but did get out to that grass in outside zone 3.
Yeah, that outside zone 3 might hurt him a little bit.
Absolutely. Matthias absolutely putting on really good. Counter. Oh man, I don't even notice. One more time. Hey, Strep called it.
There we go. Yeah, but that's the one more time that I'm looking for, baby. Come on, you guys can turn it up. Dustin, we know what you're capable of. And Matthias, you've got the backing of the Brazilians behind you. As he murders every single one of the track workers on his way to the line. All right.
Just no regard for human life, these drivers. It's a tale as old as time. If you work pit crew for Oversteer Grand Prix, you have to sign a waiver. There's a 75% chance you might die on track.
Oh, let's be honest. It's actually a 99.9. Yeah, no, as a matter of fact, Adam LZ did not go yet, but Dustin might as well just be him in the E36 right there.
All right. Now ready to send. Here we go. Lights on, white light flashes. Here we go for our first one more time battle of top 32. Diaz out, and that has 13 in the lead. See what he can do. Oh man, huge angle. Might have been a little too much as they still continue their way up the hill. Oh, huge contact from Dustin. Matthias is going to shut it down at the top of the hill. Dustin still going. He shuts it down. Oh man, it's a whole mess.
I don't think these guys know what they're doing right now.
I don't know. That's going to be interesting. When I said
turn it up, it didn't mean turn up the chaos. What's going on here?
Absolute pandemonium down on track. Don't have a single clue.
They heard NASCAR mentioned. They heard Carson Hocevar won at Dega. They're just doing it for Dale. Yeah, they're doing it for Dale, brother.
Doing it for Dale.
Oh my God. All right, we got Dustin in the lead now. We got Matthias in the chase position here in that S13 Sylvia. Send them on their way. Here we go. Down the hill. Making their way around that bubble. Dustin throws it in, initiates. Whoa, and contact again, but it looks like it actually might have helped. So very interesting stuff going on track right now. As Dustin rips that e-brake and uses a little bit of left foot to settle the car into position. Still does drop the tire. Matthias right back on the door, though, making sure to keep in very close proximity here. So we go ahead for that last transition. And again, Matthias not letting him get away here as he puts it right on the rear quarter of Dustin's car.
Great chase there by the Brazilian. Absolutely nailing it towards the second half.
Things going on here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact the first portion. Second half looked good. We'll have to take a look back at that. It seemed to help Dustin out actually pretty well. We also had that massive angle from initiation from Matthias, and the contact up the hill, man, it was all over the place. That was rough.
I see a comment in the chat. How long until Colette goes? She's actually banned because we don't do gold digging here.
Yeah, indefinitely banned for the life of the series, actually.
That's what you get for putting a rock on your fingers 7 months after you leave one of the most successful guys you could have been with.
What? And one who has
shout out to Young in the chat. Very, very big shout out to Young in the chat. Congratulations on going out and driving the Corvette today. That was a very cool video to see. Oh, Oh, and there it is.
Diaz.
Mateus, the Brazilian wonder, is going to be advancing on, taking out Dustin, one of our heavy hitters here at OGP.
Wow, wow, wow. An absolute
Bora,
drive.
bora, bora.
There you go, getting in chat. So we already got our next group in here. They're going to start cycling through, getting their practice on. Allow them to get a feel of the track. Make sure they're putting on the best show that they can. We'll see Anthony Taylor also take his bye run, our number 2 qualifier. A little bit of a show.
Yeah, but I believe we're going to let these guys warm up for a bit, so I think we're going to probably go to a little bit of a commercial break here, potentially.
98.1 for Anthony Taylor. Topping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things. Nice job by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that...
The theme is art.
Damn spinner.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Still letting our drivers get some practice in. Once again, a quick shout out to all of our sponsors: ADL, OG Customs, Lock to Lock Drifting, Drake Drifts for the beautiful layout here at Road Atlanta, Rip Royal. You just saw in that last commercial. Beautiful wheels, beautiful looking wheels. Go get yourself one. ESDA. Remember, the drivers vying for an opportunity to get a ticket into the spring major event. It's going to be huge for anyone who gets the chance to go. Kinetik Kreations for all the liveries on these beautiful cars that you're seeing today.
That's me.
Everything can be found on Vosan. Yes, that is right. That is Strap. And X3 Auto Sports. He's our man on the inside, helping us out.
I really, really need to do more. I have been so focused on doing the IRL media stuff. For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I just recently started doing real life media work. So
yeah,
I've been a little bit busy. Yeah, that is me, except I don't go by that name.
All right.
What's going on,
definitely
Oge?
do.
How you doing, Oge?
Hey.
2-liter Oge in chat right now.
So let's see all you guys in chat typing around. All you guys who make it in every week.
I believe Anthony Taylor should be getting to the line shortly here to go for that buy run in that E36.
Absolutely going to throw it down. Has to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Shout out to the guy that was at Evergreen and Drums today, driving a brand new GR86 and absolutely getting his rear quarter panel smashed in B group.
Oh, jeez.
Rest in peace to that brand new car. And he has to drive it home that way because he didn't trailer the car. So good job, bro.
Wow. 720 or
720 or 0.
So see from Anthony Taylor as he gets ready to go. The judges want to see it. Or they're going to just absolutely zero this run. So far, initiating in pretty well. So he makes his way up the hill, keeping one tire on that rumble. Tight to that pylon. Looking pretty good as he makes his way down the hill, but that's not what we care about. We want to see what he's going to do afterwards. Absolutely nothing. Ban
Absolutely
him.
nothing. All right, you're done.
Banned. Take off 200 points off of his series standings.
He's gone. You're not allowed here anymore.
Well, we got our next battle up to the lion. Boogies going up against
the lion.
To the lion.
We don't have a lion. This isn't Ebisu. What are you talking about?
We got Boogies looking to take on 33 Ryan from Team STB in that S15. So the lights are on. Away we go. Ryan a little slow off the line. Boogie's starting to pull away. See if he can't close back up that gap. So massive angle from Boogies as he initiates in. Little sign of life from Ryan. See, he makes his way back up. Oh, going all the way up the hill. A lot of speed getting into that grass. But he's right up to Boogies now. Making his charge here in the chase. This big angle from Boogies. Oh, he's going to go over the rumble strip in the final zone. Collect a bunch of grass out there. And these E46 is turning into lawnmowers.
Yeah, that's part of the game when you don't have any Hondas to throw the track. I guess we got to put an S2000 in the next version or something. But the drivers are now changing things up here. We're going to have Boogies in the chase. See what he can do. Try to batter off of that first part of the battle here. Boogie's going against 33 Ryan. I always find it funny when people join competitions with something like 33 or E46 and then they don't drive one. But shout out Slam for that one as both of these drivers initiate on in. Looks like more angle from the chase car, weirdly enough, there on initiation. As these guys make their way up the hill, very major straighten in the lead there, and now dropping a tire. So causing Boogies to have to waver a little bit in the chase to make it work. However, he is keeping that car in drift, so very nicely done there. Both these drivers make that last transition. And oh my god, crazy. That, I think, was probably lag. I'm not entirely sure what we just had go on there, but
Boogies just flew off of the edge of the track there.
Boogies just went flying, so we'll take it to the replay here.
Take a look at what happened. Overall, pretty good chase from Boogies nonetheless. Absolutely keeping it planted to 33 Ryan.
Yeah,
even
not a bad run necessarily. Just a couple things that can be cleaned up by both of these guys, which, you know, my favorite thing whenever we say that, obviously, let's run them one more time. But we'll have to see what the judges say here. I honestly don't think it's going to go that way here. We'll see what the judges have to say, though. Absolutely. There it is again. Boogies with those two tires off in the same last zone. I think he got just one on his lead run, but still going to be fighting that deficit. So the judge is still coming to a decision. He might take this win and advance on, face Anthony Taylor. Or will we see an OMT here? We could. We definitely could. And we will. We do. There it is. Wow, okay. How about that? It's almost like I'm speaking stuff into existence over here. Jesus. Okay. How about that? Well, we already got our next group up to the line. We got Jonathan Casillas in that
ever iconic C6 taking on Austin Sager in the chase. That big body chaser.
The boat, the big boat.
Big boat. Here we go. White light flashes. What can they do? We get initiated in. Oh, coming in hot. Almost pushes him off track. Austin Sager, massive contact. Huge angle, trying to get things corrected, but Jonathan gonna keep his run going. Not gonna let that phase him as he's doing a pretty spectacular job to the key. Getting out a little wide. Coming out of that touch and go. Austin Sager, man, he's just swinging, hoping something will stick. Unfortunately, it does not come.
I almost instinctively said something there, but I just remembered that we are live on the air, so I will hold my tongue.
Oh, jeez.
Thank God I remembered that I am not sitting in a private channel, right? This just in, OGP gets canceled on the internet because of strepidemic. Here we go. Now we got Johnny Boy in the chase position going up against Austin as both these guys initiate in. Very nice initiation from both of these guys. However, Austin going a little bit far out there. Could have been a little bit more in on that inside clip as he now straightens going up the hill. And there we go. We got contact from Jonathan in the chase, trying to push that big body car back onto the proper line. So we go ahead and transition outside of that keyhole. Coming down to the last transition, the inside clip in the outside zone. Looks like a little bit of a tire drop from the lead. Overall, not a horrible run. Definitely a couple of spots could have been cleaned up, but makes it across the line. So doing something right.
Absolutely. I've just said that one, man. Every time I say it now, it hits me.
You're thinking about it now, right?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it now, but like not thinking about it enough to where I can stop myself from saying it. But definitely a lot of cars being thrown around here. A lot of contact, especially from that initiation during Jonathan's lead. Have to see if that was fault on Austin for coming in a little too hot, or Jonathan just didn't get on power soon enough.
Yeah, I'm not too sure there. I mean, it honestly does look like that JZX was just coming in a little bit too hot, but we'll go to the board here. Oh, and there it is. Jonathan is going to get that win. Look at that.
Pretty quick decision there. So he'll do some celebratory donuts in the pits. We got our one more time battle up to the line between Boogies and 33 Ryan. We'll be able to see a victor here. So we're gonna get him going.
I'm gonna say it again here. Same thing that I said last time. We know these guys can turn it up, so let's see you guys turn it up a little bit. Throw those cars down and put on a show.
Absolutely. Here we go. Boogies initiates. 33 Ryan giving him a little bit of space, but Boogie's coming in real hot. Ryan transitioning right onto his bumper, but he's gonna push him off track. Oh man! Oh, what happened there? 33 Ryan transitioning bumper to bumper, but just kind of clipped that little, I think the rumble strip straightened about.
The rumber.
Hey, you're making fun of somebody with a speech impediment, buddy. I bet you feel real big about yourself, huh?
I do. Actually, as a matter of fact, I do.
Oh, jeez. We'll get them flipped around here.
I think the bigger problem is the fact that you enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. That's probably true.
There we go.
3 years of classes.
Boogies switching around here.
Into nothing.
Into nothing. There it is. Boogies now to chase Ryan. Both these guys initiating in. Looks like again on the initiation, more angle from the chase car. However, they are now making their way up the hill a lot smoother this time. As now Boogie's given a little bit of space here. I think Boogie's probably knows what he has to do in order to get the win right now. So very smart in not pushing too hard here, making any kind of major mistakes.
Oh,
what's
no!
going on here?
Whoa. Oh no, little overzealous there from Boogies. We're probably gonna have to see this go one more time.
Well, so there are two things that could happen here. Either Boogies went in a little bit too hot, or the judges do have telemetry. Maybe we find out that Ryan was trying to force something to happen there to get that one more
we see
time.
a little shenanigans, maybe.
Because I'll be honest with you, that looked a little bit slow after that transition there. It almost looked like there might have been some momentum loss. I'd be curious to see what the judges have to say about that.
Absolutely. Maybe, looks like he might have over-angled too, causing that contact, and that will be the way the judges see it as Boogies will advance on. Yeah, grabbing that win. But we're not stopping the action there. We got our next battle up to the line. Cervantes, that E92, taking on Ghost from Team STB in the S14. See what both these drivers can do here. Cervantes, another one of those really good drivers who can put down and turn up when he needs to. But what does Ghost have for him? So the lights are on. Here we go.
Whoa.
Cervantes, heavy left foot brake. That's going to choke up Ghost in the chase. Cause him to straighten out there. Cervantes still continuing his run. Ghost getting right back into position in that chase. Not doing too bad of a job, but definitely some more oddities as we get this battle started.
You're unfortunately gonna have to take care of the next half of this because I don't know what's going on, but I just had an interesting experience.
No.
I've got to restart my game with what I just witnessed go down. So
flying cars?
Yeah, take over for the second half here, please. And yeah, very much so. Do we have time that I can load back in, or are they re-racking already?
We got them already re-racked, ready to go.
Yeah, you guys.
As we'll get this second part of the battle started. Strip figures out his stuff. Here we go. Ghost in the lead in the S14. What can he do here? Nice initiation, but Cervantes is going to absolutely send that inner clip into orbit. Cutting down that corner hard. Just initiating too soon, might seem, but he's on the door of Ghost through the inner clip and the key. Ghost taking a nice wide line through the rest of this track here, but that's going to set him up poorly for the inner clip. Almost chokes up Cervantes, but he's going to survive and get across the line. As they make their way to the gate, as we take a look at our replay, kind of analyze what went down at the start of that first run. It just seemed like Cervantes was... I mean, he destroyed that inner clip. He wasn't online at all. So that might play a fair into the judge's decision. Might make this a little bit easier for them. We also had that little mistake from Ghost at the end of his lead. Unsure if that'll play much of a role, and it will, as we'll see Cervantes move on. Guess they deemed the straightening an independent situation because it was it was pretty far past the happenings of the initiation towards transition of that. I'd like to get a judge's call on what they saw there.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like I might be out of the running right now due to some technical difficulties.
Oh no. Well, hopefully we'll get that fixed soon. But in the meantime, let's take a quick look at what we have left here for top 32 as we get this final group pulled in. See Lester, our number 3 qualifier. He's going to be getting a well-deserved bye. But after that, we'll see the Pudgy Platyp take on iReal from Team Kinetik. Dominic Moya, our number 6 qualifier, just getting narrowly avoiding that bye. Will be taking on Will Poussin, which I believe he might be getting a bye anyway, as he is not here. And we'll see Diaz taking on Strange Angle to round out top 32. So we'll have 2 buys. See Dominic Moya actually get himself a buy. Lucky for him. Just narrowly avoiding that top 5 to get a buy through. Just the happenstance of the situation we had. Not a lot of drivers being able to make it, but it's okay. We understand. Life happens. You got things you need to do. You got places you need to be. But we do appreciate every driver who does show up and put their time in for us. It means the world. No, looks like Strep is dealing with that issue. But we did get a little bit of a call here from the judges. Both leads were pretty much zeros. Both leads punched 2 tires through inner clip. Cervantes just had a better chase. Just really looking down at that chase as they both completed their respective lead runs. So just going off of that, Cervantes getting the win. He's going to be taking on Jonathan Casillas in the top 16. That should be a real good battle. It's the rest of the drivers getting their practice on. Strep hopefully will be back soon from his little technical difficulty. But for right now, you're stuck with me. Once again, another quick shout out to all of our beautiful partners and sponsors that make it all possible to be here every weekend. We wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. Oh, maybe Strep is back. Strep, you there, buddy?
Still trying to figure it out. I'm going to load in quick to see what's going on here.
Alrighty. Hopefully we can get that resolved soon. We'll just give the drivers a little bit of extra practice. So the drivers definitely do not mind at all.
Looks like everything seems stable right this second, so fingers crossed.
Keeping them crossed.
Now I gotta get caught up on where we're at here. I believe we're on to Lester's buy run coming up here.
Yeah, that will be the next run we do see. And once again, both Lester and Dominic Moya are going to be getting a buy. Unfortunately, Will Poussin could not be here today. That's all right. Well, yes, indeed. And just hearing from our Hoaxy, he will be getting his 50 points. That will be nice to have. As we round to the end of the season, we're about halfway through. This will be our halfway point. And man, it's been nothing but great showings. Drivers definitely putting all of their talent, pulling it out every week, throwing everything but the kitchen sink. Every battle. Oh man. The drivers just finishing up their practice here. We'll close out top 32. Get ever closer to deciding who's going to be the king here at Road Atlanta. We see Diaz take it again, go back to back. Anthony Taylor grab his redemption back. Or will we see an entirely new winner? Time will only tell. It's definitely going to be interesting and it's going to be fun. We're glad you guys are all here with us, sharing this beautiful, beautiful day here at Atlanta. Nice, clear, light, partially cloudy skies. Little wisps there in the background. I'm not a cloud person, so I don't know what each cloud is supposed to mean.
Well, that's okay, because they're not rain clouds.
That's all that matters.
If they're white, then that means it's not going to rain. If
Seems a little
they're
racist.
dark and gloomy, then it's going to rain, which is not what we want. So maybe clouds are racist? Question mark.
Racist clouds. before
Racist
GTA
clouds.
6. Crazy.
Racist clouds before GTA 6.
It looks like we got Lester pulling up to the line for his buy run. Gonna kick things off in the final group here. See what Mr. Consistency can put down. Here we go. White light flashes. That beautiful grayscale livery done by Kinetik Creations. Looking good on the S15. Fires in. Carrying real good speed. Good angle up the hill. And he's throwing it down. Look at this run. Definitely came to play, that's for certain. We'll see who he has to face in this next battle between the Pudgy Platypi and Ireal. The Team Kinetik. As they make their way to the line.
Hopefully this internet situation, since me and Mr. Ireal live in the same house, hopefully it holds out for me, because that means it has to hold out for him too. So
how it definitely
crossed right now. I'm definitely hoping and praying.
That would not be ideal at all.
No, it would not.
Here we go. We got Pudgy Platypi in that E46. Ireal in the E36. Once again, two different generations of BMW. Love to see it. Here we go. White light flashes. Firing out of the gate. Making that long drive down the hill. Big angle from Ireal, but he's still going to get into the Pudgy Platypi. It's going a little bit slow there, it looked like. That might have been a 3 motion on initiation as well. Ireal just going to shut it down. I think he knows. A little faint before he initiated in. Definitely don't want to see that out of the drivers. We did see it in qualifying. Diaz, unfortunately, invalidating his first run. Just a little 3 motion. It's all enough to throw away your run. Don't want to see that.
Sometimes it's all it takes.
Exactly.
Now we got Pudgy Platypi in the chase position. Kinetik Ireal out in the lead in that E36 BMW non-M3, because we do not have that kind of budget here. As the drivers go ahead, they initiate on in. The Pudgy Platypi leaving crazy amount of room and straightening, trying to get back up there. But Ireal out in the lead, a little bit of an issue as well. And now here we go again with the Pudgy Platypi. Honestly, both of these guys having a little bit of an issue getting around the track right now cleanly. But still keeping the run going, it looks like. So the Pudgy Platypi getting up into that pocket now. They dive through that last inside clip, and across the line they go. Honestly, rough battle. Hopefully whoever advances here, if somebody advances, will be able to shake off whatever kind of nerves they've got going on, because that seemed like a very nervy battle.
Definitely, for sure. You could see it in the chase of the Pudgy Platypi. A lot of lunges. Man, it just looked real messy. Pudgy Platypi just seeming to not be able to get on throttle soon enough as he needed to, causing that contact. So we might see a pretty quick decision, as that did really mess up Ireal in chase. But that'll be all up to the judges as we await the decision. Ireal will advance on through to face Lester in the top 16.
There we go. That's what I love to see right there.
To team owner, that's got to be the greatest feeling.
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite things to see go down here, is when these boys come in, they compete, and they keep making their way through. As of right now, that puts, I believe, 3 of our boys up into the 16 now. So very, very exciting for me.
There you go. So we see Dominic Moya take his bye run. brother on the other side of the bracket. They won't have to see each other unless things get down to the final. And what a crazy experience that would be. Dominic not doing too terrible of a job here. Had a little bit of a slip up on initiation, but looks like he's got his feet under him and putting down a pretty stellar run here. And a little 360 to boot too. There you go. Oh, 720.
720 on the board.
Look at that. Dominic Moya putting it on for the fans.
Dominic Moya knows how to get glazed by the commentator. You put down a bad run, doesn't matter. You did a 720.
You just threw down
the best 100-point run we've ever seen.
Justin Pollock couldn't do it better. We got both drivers up for the next battle. Up to the line. Got Diaz from Team EOD ready to take on Strange Angle in that E92. Diaz winning last round. We'll reset the light and get them going. Here we go, firing out of the gate. What can Diaz do here in the lead, and what does Strange Angle have for him? To initiate in, Strange Angle giving him a little bit of space. Unsure if that's what you want to do against this kind of driver, who definitely has shown he knows how to throw down. But oh, what's going on here? I have no idea. Oh man, Strange Angle can't get that thing rotated. Did he bog out of power, and was that on Diaz?
Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what we witnessed there just now, but definitely not what we want to be seeing as my internet starts acting up yet again here. Yep, my ping has skyrocketed into the 600s.
Yep, yeah, oh, there it is, yeah. Got the other half of that sentence there.
I'm in the 1000 ping. I'm in the 1200 ping. We're climbing still. That's 1300.
Well, we got the drivers firing off now. As hopefully your ping will settle down. Strange Angle gets initiated. Diaz fighting his time behind him. Not doing anything too crazy. I think he knows what's going on. Oh, contact at the top of the hill. That's going to send Strange Angle around, but Diaz is going to keep him on the straight ahead. The 2 tires off. That's going to be massive. And complications for this battle. Oh, man. From bad to worse. Thought we kind of had a decision on our hands. Let's take a look at the replay. My goodness. What just took place? We take a look back at these replays. Man. How is... Yeah, well, definitely might be one more time. Seemed, yeah, definitely both drivers making massive independent mistakes. And it will be one more time. What? How about that? Well, we'll get them lined back up. Hashtag clean it up. Oh, man. Strep, you doing okay, buddy? He's dead.
No.
Yeah, he's dying. Well, first commentator fatality. It's gonna happen at some point. Just glad it wasn't me. Well, we got the drivers lined back up as we'll continue things on. Strange Angle. Diaz. What can they do to clean things up here? Lights on. Here we go. Hopefully we'll have some clean runs. Diaz gets initiated in. Strange angle right there with him. Seeming to fight that car still in the chase. Just trying to keep that thing at angle. Diaz doing a great job here. Strange angle launching himself way too deep. So that's going to send him 3 tires into that grass. And that's going to definitely... Oh no! Oh no! It was right there, the finish line! What is going on? Diaz! Extremely uncharacteristic drives from him right now. And Strange Angle just fighting that car tooth and nail. Absolute chaos for the final battle of 32. We got him lined back up. Take 4. Can we get both cars to come across the line? We'll find out. Here we go. Strange Angle pouring on the angle. Diaz right there with them. Little tap as they make their way up the hill. Diaz almost getting into the side of him again. Strange Angle also kind of parking it up there. But they're making it through. Little tap there again from Diaz. Oh no, can he keep it on track? He will. Or what do you... Oh man. Almost looked like he shut it down before the line there. This is just continuing to get more interesting. I'm very unsure how the judges are going to see that. He straightened before he got across the line. Strange Angle was able to technically complete his run, although it be not the greatest. Don't think he had any moments where he zeroed. As we take a look back at the replay.
Person that zeroed out is the internet of myself.
Definitely that might be a case as well. It's Strange Angle's gonna advance. Our first upset of Diaz is gonna be going out of the top 32. Our number 2 point sitter coming into today out in top 32. Can you believe it? Well, we'll let you sit with just what happened then as we take it to a quick commercial, and we'll be back for top 16 as tension and action continue to grow here at Road. 98.1 for Anthony Taylor, topping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that...
The theme is
All right, welcome back, everybody, for top 16. Take a look at the bracket here. Go through some notable battles we got coming up. As the first group gets warmed up, we'll see Drake take on Milos. Matt Spies going to be taking his swing at Chillmate. And needing to clean up a little bit of things. It should be a good battle. At Edvinas taking on TDR Keefe, another driver who has yet to see battle, getting a bye run. Travis Dawson as well will be taking on our Brazilian man himself, Matthias Matos. We'll see Anthony Taylor take on Boogies for our second group. Eventually, when we finish things out here, Jonathan Casillas will take on Cervantes. That should be a real good battle. See Lester take on Iru from Team Kinetik, and Dominic Moya take on Strange Angle to close things out here at top 16. Got a lot more action, a lot more happening as we already got drivers up to the line ready to go. Got Drake from Team Lock to Lock taking on Milos in that S15. Ready to go here. What can our number one qualifier do? We saw him put down an amazing bye run. Can he do it again in battle? Here we go. Firing down the hill. Drake out to a massive lead, but oh, big angle. Maybe a little too much angle. Luckily, Milos was not there to kind of drive his way through that. Drake's going to get into the grass in outside zone 3. Milos laying on the pressure in the chase right now. Sticking it to his doors. He's going to take out that inner pylon. They're going to come across the door, or come across the line, or door.
And overall, pretty alright run going on here. I think these are another two sets of drivers again that don't seem like they're throwing the same kind of pizzazz they usually do. But of course, we got Milos out in the lead. We got Drake in the chase position here as both these drivers now through that start chicane. Bringing it down past that bubble, staying very safe to not cross into it as they initiate on in there. To the first outside zone, very nicely done by both of these guys through the inside clip. As they make their way up the hill, putting the cars all the way out there. Going into the outside zone into the key. Oh my goodness. We've got contact.
And we got passes.
And we've got a pass going on here. So I guess that we're
man,
just going crazy on track right now.
Massive contact from Drake. Definitely
not what he wants to see.
No, not at all. We'll take a look back at the replay, see what went down. Was that possibly a mistake from Milo? I don't really think so. Drake just doing a little bit too much in the chase. Was doing really well up until that point. Ooh, got a little bit of contact, made the pass. Pretty clean pass, I'd give him that. We'll see what the judges think. So we take it to the gate. A very interesting first battle to start out top 16.
And the gate says nothing.
Crickets from the gate. Crickets.
The
judge is really deliberating.
The gate says Oversteer Grand Prix lead chase. Looks like ADL X3, and I think that's a pure symbol on there as well. That's what the gate says.
Well, stunned silence from the gate as we are up here. As absolute chaos to start out top 16. Also very crooked gate in the camera we got here. Can't even see the other side of it. It's cropped out of frame. but it's going to be going to sorry, not Drake. Yes, Drake. Drake is going to win.
Drake. That is Drake. Yes,
That is Drake. Oh, the front ends of the vehicles mixed me up. Drake is going to be advancing on through. So maybe a checkup, an unauthorized decel? Possibly at the top of the key. Like to get some judge insight on that call. But we'll take it to our next battle here. Got Matty Spies, the lead in that E36, taking on Chillmate in the S14. See what he's got in store for him.
Matty's Pies, the bakery of choice for Oversteer Grand Prix.
Absolutely. We get things rolling here, getting them sideways down the hill. Matty really nicely done on that inner clip. Chillmate trying to close up the gap that is formed. And eventually does so as we get to the key. So we make our way out. How did the drivers fare? Chillmate right there on the door, backs off a little bit and closing it back up across the line. Not a bad run. Definitely a lot cleaner than the ones we've seen as of late.
You know, always looking to improve, though. These guys are very, very good at doing so when it comes to the heat of battle. So let's see what happens here. Is now Matty going to be chasing Chill? Get these guys right back here to the line now. Waiting for that light to start going off.
Waiting ever so patiently.
And here we go. Chill right on it with that light. Very nicely done there. Matty in the chase. Elias out in the lead. Both drivers initiating in. Very good initiation from that lead car. Now Matty having to massage that car right back into the pocket as both of them putting a tire on that inside rumble strip before they go up the hill. Very nicely done. Tire drop from Chill. Oh my goodness, a major bit of contact there from Matty in the chase. Could have been potentially caused by the tire drop from Elias. Both of these guys do that last transition, and oh, Matty putting it on his door again and making sure that he knows he's there.
Absolutely, just laying it on his door. And it seemed like he has a little bit of a checkup there from Chillmate after getting out past that rumble. You got a little bit on the brakes there.
That tire drop might have caused a little bit of an issue for him. Not what you want to see.
Absolutely not. And Matt also kind of offline there. Still with him being off track, cutting a little bit inside. Coming out of outside zone 3. Could go either way, but it's for the judges to decide as we take it to the gate. We await another decision.
The Crooked Gate. The Gate of Doom.
Just a little bit of clarification on that last one. Milos unfortunately stalling at the top of the hill, causing that contact that we saw. But both runs kind of not being up to snuff anyway. Like to see drivers kind of start to clean things up. We've gotten a lot of contact as we'll go one more time with this battle. But definitely a lot of, maybe a little bit too much door banging throughout top 16. But Edvinas and Keefe up to the line, ready to go for their battle. Edvinas, what can he do fresh off of his bye run? Keefe, he had that battle with Jason. That he prevailed through as we get the light reset and flashing away we go. We might have an issue at the line. Edvinas is going to slow it down and get things turned around at the bottom of the hill. Possibly a little bit of a driver seeing the light issue. That's all right. We'll get them turned around, back around. Get this going. Edvinas patiently making his way, taking a nice scenic route up back to the gate. As we see both Matty and Chillmate ready for their one more time, sitting at the gate. ready for this battle to commence. We see a little kickflip out of the start light. Here we go. Maybe. Seems like we're just going to have to give them the call out. Keefe possibly having an issue seeing the light. Here we go. Finally get them fired off. Well, let's see what they can do. Venus, big angle initiating in. Keefe minding his own. Slowly starting to make his way up to the door as we crest the top of the hill. Venus getting way out to that outside zone 3, just the way we want to see it. Keefe keeping his nose in that pocket for as long as he can. Doing a great job in the chase here. Matching angle really well across the course. We saw some real good flashes of proximity there. Oh, my apologies as we get things flipped around and ready to go. As Edvinas is going to take the long way around. Don't let it deceive you. There's a lot of space between those two. Gotcha. So we'll flip them around, line them back up.
Alrighty. Now Edvinas to chase here. Keefe out in the lead in the big body boat. Driver's patiently waiting for that light to turn on. Get these cars underway. And here we go. Drivers are through the start chicane on their way down the hill. DDR Keefe leading Edvinas. Initiates some maybe a bit of contact potentially there, maybe lag either. Could have been one or the other by what I saw there, but still making it happen here. Drivers making their way through that keyhole. Putting it on the door of Keefe is Edvinas in the chase position there. And once again, put it on him. Getting a little bit of a gap going through that last outside zone, but not too shabby.
Not at all. Definitely a lot cleaner run. We pull him up to the gate. Unfortunately, we were not able to grab a replay on that run.
And the gate needs to pull itself up to the gate.
Yeah, the gate needs to reposition itself.
Judge is waiting for this decision to come in. We'll have to see what happened with that potential contact.
Lester, everyone in chat with the absolutely's. Yep. I know it. We all know it. I say it a lot. I say it a weird amount. Keefe is going to advance on through. He's going to grab himself the win over Edvinas. Wow.
Moving on in the big body. Gotta love that.
Beautiful stuff by Keefe, knocking out Edvinas, our number 4 qualifier. A lot of upsets already starting to show their face as we get Maddie and Elias up to the line. Elias, Chillmate, up to in that S14, giving chase on Maddie in the E36. Big initiation by Maddie. Chillmate not too far behind. Once again, slowly starting to make up that pace as Maddie goes 2 tires onto that rumble. Gonna be a deduction. So we only want to see 1 tire on the rumble minimum. Maximum. So I get corrected by our cameraman Hoaxy himself. English is a hard language.
English is a very hard language.
It's not my first.
Speaking of hard, the wonderful tire compound that we're running is a relatively hard compound. So very, very cool to see how nice and grippy they are on these wonderful cars that we've got going on here. Of course, I am just making this up because these are virtual and they actually don't really have any kind of hardness or stiffness to them. But you know who else is hard? Not me, because these runs are kind of mid.
Not a lot of excitement, that's for certain.
No. But here we go. We got Elias out in the lead with Matty chasing him down now in that E36. Both drivers initiate in, using a little bit of that rumble strip in the lead as Elias to get that car where he needs it to go. They go ahead and transition now going up that hill. A little bit of a gap between them, but Matty looking to close it as they come into the keyhole now. Very good angle for Matty in the chase position. Quite an impressive amount coming out of that E36. And he puts the tire right onto the door of Elias. Transitioning through for the last time, and Elias a little bit of a bobble. Looked like they're in the lead coming through that last zone. Both drivers across the line. I wanted excitement, and I got a little bit of it that time.
Matty turning it up in his chase. Definitely throwing it down. Let's take a look at the replay. Do you think these drivers are taking it a little bit safer with all the contact we've been seeing today?
You know, there's always a chance that these guys might be watching everybody else's runs, seeing all the contact that's going on and not wanting to risk it. Very easy track to Nick Jimenez yourself, so definitely got to be a little bit careful on that one.
Definitely seems to be the case amongst the drivers. Matty definitely turning it up the way we want to see it. We take it to the gate. But Chillmate is going to be moving through. How about that?
Go. Kinetik moving on.
Another Kinetik one there.
I believe one of our semaphores has just got sent for a trip. Okay, goodbye, whoever that was. I hope you have a wonderful time.
We'll see another Kinetik driver make his way up to the line. Legacy Travis Dawson up to the line. Facing on against another S13, Matthias. The Brazilian himself. What can they do here? Big angle from Legacy, but he's going to miss that inner clip. Almost its entirety. They make their way up the hill. Matthias doing a great job in the chase right now, mimicking angle very well. A little bit of a bobble coming out of the key. They get things going, punting the inner clip, but Matthias, great job in the chase. Legacy, few things to clean up.
Just got Hoaxy, the cameraman, in the ear here, yelling out, "Fun fact, Hoaxy's fat." That's an interesting thing to hear in the middle of a run. But you know what, buddy? That's okay. As now we've got we got Legacy in the chase, chasing down our Brazilian wonder, Mateus. Both of these guys go and initiate in. Very nicely done on that first inside clip as they now transition going up the hill. Legacy trying to put it back on the door there, Mateus. Having a little bit of a struggle keeping it behind him. A little bit of wheel-on-wheel contact there, but it looks like both drivers are going to drive right through that. As they now exit the keyhole, coming back towards the hill with that last transition. Through the last outside zone and across the line.
It's a very shaky chase there from Kinetik. Saw a little bit of contact on a couple of occasions.
His name is not Kinetik.
Not Kinetik, Legacy. That's so...
No, like his name isn't Kinetik. His name is Legacy. That's like our biggest pet peeve.
It's so... I don't know why I mix that up so often.
Shadow Realm, if any of the Shadow Realm guys ever hear this, our team name is Kinetik and the rest of it is our real name. Thank you very much. I would appreciate it. It would stop. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Overall, not too bad here. That wheel-on-wheel contact was a little rough, but looks like both drivers drove on through it there, so...
Definitely. Matthias is going to advance on through, knocking out first Kinetik driver of the day.
Yeah, but that's all right. We've still got two more in the wings ready to go.
We'll see Ireel take a swing at Lester as we get the next group making their way in through here, get their practice going as we get to the second part of our top 16 battles. All right, well, we're gonna have to take a little bit of an extended break here, guys. So we're gonna indulge you guys with some beautiful commercials that you guys love seeing all the time, every time you come here. So we'll be back with more action here at Oversteer Grand Prix. 98.1 for Anthony Taylor, topping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than that...
The theme is art.
A 98.1 for Anthony Taylor.
Interesting.
Well, if we want to send it on through. Alrighty. We are back for the rest of our top 16 action. Strep had to actually go run down to the pits. We had a massive brawl breakout between the Team Kinetik guys. They started just beating up on Travis Dawson, getting absolutely jumped. He had to go down there, run all down that long hill, as you know, down to pit road, go handle that situation. As we see Anthony Taylor and Boogies at battle here. What does Boogies have for Anthony Taylor? Our number 2 qualifier and our number 1 points leader, with a massive gap and a little bit of contact there from Boogies in outside zone 3. Since Anthony Taylor a little bit into the grass, but they get things recouped and they're still going. Boogie's trying to get it right onto the door of Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor doing a great job in the lead. So we'll see them make their way up back to the gate, get things turned around. I real in the fight. To get things flipped around, here we go. Anthony Taylor in the chase. Boogie's in the lead. What can he do? As they initiate in, good angle from Boogie's. Anthony Taylor keeping back a little bit, but right up to the door as they make their way up to the hill. And Boogie's, going wide, massive contact. It's going to send him off. Boogie's might having a little bit of trouble at the top of the hill there, and Anthony Taylor just could do nothing about it. That should definitely make it a little bit easier for the judges. Boogie's little 360 action Anthony Taylor, as still as stone, here for just business and business alone. No fun in this guy. We'll take it to the replays. See what all went down. Get another look at that contact as well. Bring that second run of the battle. Boogies, yeah, just definitely looked like he stalled at the top of the hill, and man, that's a bad place to be. Anthony Taylor could do nothing more than to just cross his fingers, keep his foot planted on the ground. We take it to the gate. What should be a pretty quick decision, and it will. Anthony Taylor will be moving on to the grade 8. More action on the way as we got Jonathan Casillas and Cervantes up to the line in what should be a great battle between these two. Jonathan Casillas in the C6. Cervantes in the E92 giving chase. So they make their way down the hill. Cervantes right onto the door of Jonathan. Able to keep off contact. Very impressively done. From 2 tires out to that rumble. Right there planted onto the door of Jonathan, but a little shaky. Jonathan keeping it smooth down the hill. Putting on a good lead here, but contact across the line, pushing him across. Cervantes getting out to that grass over the rumble strip. So you see that yellow and blue smoke plume up. And nice little spectacle. Like that, it does that. Cervantes up into the lead now. Taking control. What can he do? What can Jonathan do? In the chase. Definitely a lot of battles being decided there. As they get initiated. Jonathan right onto his door already. Not backing down. They make their way to the top of the key. Jonathan still doing a great job keeping it smooth. Cervantes giving a very chaseable lead here. Messes up a little bit there. He's going to have to pour on the angle across the line. Cervantes able to get it across, and a little bit of a Hail Mary there from Jonathan as we get a little 720 action. Oh, goes off. But definitely seemed like Cervantes getting a little bit too much, washing out that turn before the final zone. Setting up pretty poorly. A lot of angle, massive decel, choking up Jonathan in the chase. We'll take a look at the replay, see it all over again. Great battle. They're starting to turn it up slowly. Starting to see a little bit better chases, not as scared to get up on the door on initiation. We'll take it to the gate. Few mistakes from both drivers. Just taking their time, looking at everything, making sure they make the right call. And we will go one more time. You'll see Jonathan and Cervantes go at it again. Like to get a judge's ruling on what might have went down there. As we see our next battle up to the line, Lester versus Ireal. This should be a good one. So we wait for the light to see this one go. Oh, a little bit of a light issue for what looks like Lester. As we'll have Ireal caught it pretty quickly. So he'll just reverse back up to the line. So hopefully we can get a good start here. Now back to the light. Going up a little closer to the cones. And that moved around, maybe a better sight for the drivers. We're ready to go here. So again, still having issues with that light. Might to go down to a countdown here. Here we go. Got him fired off now. They make their way down the hill. Big angle from Lester. Real slowly pouring it on, but still fighting a very uphill battle. Just can't seem to get to Lester's door. This man, he is blazing through this course right now. Real still struggling in the chase. He's going to absolutely send that pylon into orbit. Man, Lester, a big advantage here. Top 16 battle. Get him flipped around. We'll see Mr. Consistency himself. See how he handles the chase.
All right, and I am back. I'll jump back in here finally.
There we go. Strep is back.
Yes, it is me.
So we await the light.
Here we go. Ario out in the lead, Lester in the chase. Initiates in. Using all that rumble strip to get the car initiated and throwing some crazy angle. Looks like does cause a little bit of an issue on line there. And oh, not where you want to be in that lead position from Ario. So now go through the keyhole there, through that inside clip. Lester keeping it back a little bit, maybe trying to play it safe, but now dives up onto the door as they exit the keyhole. Going through that last transition, hits that inside clip pretty nicely, and out through that outside zone.
That's got to be some real talent, able to find the grass and outside zone too. Kicked up a little plume there.
Yeah, no, sometimes just kind of happens, I guess.
This happens that way. Definitely Lester.
How the cookie crumbles.
Lester with a massive advantage. Heading into that second run, almost inactive chase from Ireel was able to get back in there around the key, but gap was too strong. Speed was too much from Lester. Great chase. We'll take it to the gate for a decision. And Lester will advance. Pretty quick decision. As he will move on through, as we'll get back to our one more time battle between Jonathan and Cervantes. Already up to the line, ready to go. Just a few things to clean up between both of these drivers. Had their equal mistakes. Let's see how they turn it up for this one more time. White light flashes, here we go. Jonathan, I think he might have clipped a cone there, but we're still going unfazed. So we initiate in. Oh, Cervantes going in real deep into that first inner clip. Oh, man. Massive mistake. That's not what you want to see. Cervantes, man, really bobbly in this chase. Cervantes not letting that phase him as he's still doing a pretty good job in the lead. Oh, massive contact. Oh, no! Oh, man, he's dead.
Oh, my goodness.
He's dead.
He's fucking dead. Oh, my fucking gosh. He fucking dead.
That, oh, man. How's he driving away from murder? That? Vehicular manslaughter. The car just seemed to grip up and he just drove him straight into that wall. Didn't give him no other choice.
Yeah, that's a definitely a painful situation there.
Luckily, it's all virtual. And then might have actually. I'm lined back up. Here we go.
Here we go. Jonathan Casillas in the chase position now. Switching things up here. Both drivers initiating in. There, he made your tire drop there from the lead position. However, they are still making it work here as we now go up towards the keyhole and a major checkup there from Casillas, it looks like. However, still putting it right back up on the door. transition out of that keyhole. Cervantes up in the lead there. A little bit of a lack of angle, but we're still in drift, so nothing necessarily wrong or incomplete there. But definitely some stuff that could have been cleaned up from both of these guys here. Absolutely.
For sure. Definitely Jonathan biding his time at the top of the hill. Definitely wanted to make sure there was no contact through there, playing it safe. Is it a little bit too safe? Time will tell. We'll take a look back at the replays here. See how that went down? Definitely a decision for the judges. Francis really throwing it in there out of the key. Just the vehicular manslaughter, so should be a pretty quick decision. And it will. Jonathan Casillas will move on through. So I believe he will be facing Anthony Taylor in the grade 8. Well, we have our final battle of top 16 up to the line. An all E92 battle. Where we got Dominic Moya in the lead, strange angle in the chase. The white light flashes. Here we go. The BMWs roar down the track. Smooth initiations from both drivers, but Dominic a little bit shallow. Strange angle having a claw back here in the chase. Dominic Moya starting to run away. Strange angle cutting line, doing everything he can to get back to that door, as it only gets worse through the later portions of this track. Dominic's got a pretty good advantage here.
And speaking of advantages, no advantage to myself is my wonderful internet connection. I am on a hotspot now because our regular internet decided that it doesn't want to work anymore. So
that's just perfect.
Very interesting stuff going on here, as now both of these drivers are out of that gate and away. Dominic Moya chasing him down this time here, as both drivers initiated in. E92 on E92. Dominic Moya going in. Oh, what is going on?
No.
Okay, I don't even know what to say to that. Both drivers making some very major mistakes this time. Looking to finish this run up a little bit here.
Oh,
both drivers are across the line. However, I'll have to see if there was some incompletes going on there or not.
That was a shaky one. Let's take a look at the replay. See what really went down. And man, just a lot to digest. Strange angle finding the grass. And that second turn on the way up to the hill. Dominic doing a good job to stay active in the chase, albeit with that little shaky lead. We'll take it to the gate for the decision. And there it is. Dominic Moya makes his way on through to the grade 8. We'll be facing Lester as we just fire on through the action straight into the grade 8 with our first battle. Got Drake versus Chillmate from Team Kinetik. Drake representing Team Lock the Lock. The last hope for Team Kinetik here. Number one qualifier. No pressure whatsoever. Here we go. First battle of the grade 8. What will they show? Drake going a little bit wide of that inner clip. Gets things settled here as Chillmate firing right up to the door. Not letting him out of his sight. Drake putting down a real good lead run here. As he should, being the number one qualifier. And they'll come across the line with pretty clean vehicles. Definitely two drivers are pretty relatively clean, doing what they do best.
Mistakes there. Drake definitely a little bit wide on that initiation. However, not too bad. Not too bad at all. As we now switch them around, it'll now be Chill to lead out Drake. Both these drivers making their way down the hill, initiating in. As Drake moving that car right up into the pocket on Elias. Making their way up the hole. A little bit of a gap starting to form there. And oh, slight contact from Drake in the chase, however, it doesn't seem to upset Chill at all. Coming out of the keyhole now through the touch and go. Very nice. So he's done by Chill in the lead. However, Drake still present throughout the entirety of this run as he puts it on his door across the line.
What a chase run by Drake. Man, absolute pinpoint transitions. Man, Chillmate giving them the line to do it. Definitely will be needing workman's comp after that hit. Let's take a look back at the replay at what a battle this was to open up the grade 8. The drivers are starting to get a little more comfortable with each other as battles commence. We get through the top 32. We're here in the grade 8. They're starting to put on a show.
Definitely hard to be very comfortable when you're going against the #1 qualifier. Elias doing a very good job though to put up with the pressure, and Elias takes the win. My hope is continuing on through the night. Let's go.
Chillmate takes out your #1 qualifier. And man, I wouldn't be surprised if it came down to that initiation. Just missing that inner clip ever so slightly.
Might have been what did it in. I'd love to hear the judge's exact answer on that.
I would too.
Wink, wink to the judges.
But we got our next battle underway here. Keefe from Team
Brazil.
TDR and the Brazilian himself, Matthias, in the chase. Oh, what happened there? Matthias, straightening almost as he fights to get back up to Keefe's door. Love to see what the replay will show us there, but certainly some oddities. But look at that matching angle all throughout that corner. Matthias, definitely a very smooth chase driver, comfortable here at Road Atlanta. And unfortunately, don't know what happened, as I didn't catch that fully.
Oh.
What happened?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think many of us know exactly what happened, except for the guys who are out on the track. Of course, we could look at the replays. However, that's boring, and we're just going to pretend that we're idiots. So here we go. We got now the Brazilian Wonder and Keefe out on the track here. Initiates on in. Very nice initiation from the Brazilian out front. Keefe needing to play a little bit of catch-up. However, that JZX, very good at doing just that, as he does find his way up into the pocket. Looks like a little bit of a tire drop from that S15 out in the lead, but nothing. Oh, and a major error from Matos in the lead there. Keefe going to look to use that for capitalizing on those mistakes. Both drivers do make their way across the line. We'll bring him back up to the gate. See what the judges have to say. That was a little bit of a messy one there from Matthias.
For sure. We'll take a look at the replay as well.
In the wise words of my co-commentator Vroom, absolutely.
See, Matthias just it seems like he couldn't get it initiated. Man, that might have been the dagger right there. Everything else looked so spectacular. Besides that little checkup that he had in the keyhole. Coming out of that second inner clip, but we'll see what the judges think.
Definitely not what you want to see, and there it is. It's going to be going to Keefe, so Matthias just taking himself out.
Definitely what you don't want to see, especially in the grade 8. So close. Being able to fight for a podium position. But here it is, Anthony Taylor, Jonathan Casillas, our #1 and 3 drivers in the standing right now. A lot of points on the table and a lot of points to lose. They'll be going out in top 8. As right now, Jonathan putting it right onto the door of Anthony Taylor as he makes his way around the keyhole. He's not letting up. Anthony Taylor doing a great job. Jonathan, little taps on the door, just letting him know that he's right there, right next to him. What a run by Anthony Taylor. Great lead line. You count on him for that. He's going to open the door and give you the opportunity. Say, hey, give us your best shot. So pretty quickly get their cars turned around and ready to go. For part
Bear
two.
with me a second. One back in. The internet is once again doing internet things. Did want to make a comment here while we have a moment that the judge get a hold of us for the chill battle. And they did let us know that it was indeed because of that initiation.
Good to have that clarification. But here we go. White light flashes for the second part of this battle.
Anthony Taylor chasing down Casillas here. So we go in, initiates on there. Very nicely putting that car in the pocket. Jonathan out in the lead, though. Obviously no slouch here to the game. Makes his way up into the keyhole. Anthony Taylor putting it right on the door, almost phasing into him. Both drivers now transition out of that keyhole. Bringing it on around. Anthony Taylor tucking the car right where it's got to be, but obviously cannot have a good chase without a good lead. Both of these guys bring it across the line, and nicely done.
Definitely pulling out all the stops in his chase run. Knows what he needed to do to win. Definitely was putting it on display there, especially towards the second half of that run. Man, he was glued to his door. We'll take a look back at the replays. Look at all what went down. I might have saw a tire drop there from Jonathan in the chase. But man, battles starting to heat up. We got heavyweight battles, one after another. That's all you could ask for out of these drivers. Putting on a great show here at Oversteer and at Road Atlanta as we take it to the gate for our final decision.
The gate.
It is one more time. We're going to see him go again. And it only feels fitting after watching that battle. As we'll take it to our final battle of the Grade 8. Got Lester taking on Dominic Moya. Lester in the S15. Dominic in the E92 giving chase. So we await the light. And they're off. Lester firing out of the gate. One of the faster cars here, as we've seen through the past few of his battles. A little bit of a mistake there from Dominic Moya. As Lester making its way up the hill. Dominic still struggling back there, trying to find his footing as he gets himself set up into that pocket down the hill. Lester doing a great job in the lead, just absolutely throwing it all over this track. Dominic, some things to clean up.
Lester probably, dare I say, one of the fastest drivers on the grid right now. Definitely one of the things that helped him take out my wonderful teammate of Ireel from Kinetik, who did make the comment to me, I just couldn't keep up with the guy. He's quick.
Oh, man.
And as an S-chassis driver myself, I will say it is a very fast car. Lester's a very fast driver. That's a match made in heaven. But here we go now. We got Moya out in the lead, Lester in the chase position. Both of these drivers making their way down to the initiation. Sends it on in there. Very nice and tight on the inside clip from Dominic up in the lead. I believe that's Dominic. I might be wrong, obviously. Lester in the chase position. Tucking it nicely into that pocket behind Dominic. Now they transition on through. Lester having to play a little bit of catch up there compared to before, but he does make it happen. And now diving back on his door as they go across the line. A very nice run from both of these guys.
Lester doing what he does best, and man, unfazed through that chase. He was putting it where he needed it to be, where he could. Great battles so far. We take a look at the replay. Lester definitely a lot more proximity at the start of the run. We've seen he can put it on the door on initiation. You're already getting yourself some good points. Starting to see a lot of drivers take that extra lunge. So that's what you need to do to win these battles.
What you need.
Couldn't have said it better myself. As Lester will take the win and advance on through. But
Good
who will he be
Lord.
facing as we get back to our one more time battle here between Anthony Taylor, Jonathan Casillas? These guys know how to rip. They've been putting it on display. Now they anxiously wait for that light. Here we go. It feels like a finals battle out here with the way these guys are swinging. But one will go home here in the grade 8. Who's it going to be? Anthony Taylor, both drivers get initiated. It. Jonathan right there with them. Takes a big lunge as they make their way up the hill. He's trying to stay on that door as long as he can as he drops a tire in outside zone 3. But Anthony Taylor unfazed, staying composed. Jonathan right there with him. What can he do through the final turn? Onto his bumper, across the line. These guys pulling out all the stops here.
These guys pulling out all the stops, pulling my Wi-Fi every time they go on track as well for some reason.
Anthony Taylor
in now.
Driving for Team Big Duck Club, Team Lock to Lock. Jonathan Casillas driving for Team Instring.
Two drivers who are very well known in the space here, and now both of these guys going to get on their way for the second half of the battle. Bringing it down the hill, C6 on E36 action. Both of these guys initiated. Anthony Taylor, of course, your current points leader, chasing down Mr. Casillas, going up that hill. Very nicely done from Jonathan in the lead on these outside zones as he now swinging into that inside clip. Very nice, Anthony Taylor putting it right on the door and through that transition as well, making a little bit of tire marks on the door of that C6 Corvette as they go through that last outside zone and across the line. A very smooth run from both of these guys. Not too many mistakes. Could have been a little bit deeper there in some spots, but very nicely done by both of these guys.
That is no lie. So see, Anthony Taylor just looked so comfortable in the chase. Absolutely pouring on the proximity as soon as we got to that keyhole. Man, there's no shaking this guy. Just puts it right up to the door, set it, forget it. Followed a little bit of correction there from Jonathan. But as soon as they got out of that keyhole, man, it was right back to it. Definitely good driving out of both of these guys. Jonathan Casillas is going to knock out Anthony Taylor in the grade 8. Doing just enough to get the win. Now this has huge points implications. That lead going to be shrinking. We saw Diaz also go out in top 32. Jonathan Casillas, he's trying to claw back. It's going to be a massive points day for him as we're going to get things moving to our final 4. We got Chillmate in the S14. Keefe has made it this far. And that chaser, what can he do? They both get initiated. Nice floating on through to that inner clip. But oh, Keefe, massive mistake. He's going to straighten into the chase. Chillmate, all he needs to do is just finish out this run. He's going to have a massive advantage, but we've seen it before with Diaz. Hopefully we don't see it happen again. Chillmate making his way on through, nice and smooth. We don't. Chillmate, massive advantage.
Yeah, very nicely done by Chill there. One of the things that I've drilled into his head as of recent, no safe runs. So obviously now he is in a position where a safe run to some drivers may be beneficial. However, one of the things that you have to consider is, can you really leave anything out there for the other driver to take advantage of? Never know what's going to happen. Have to get them through the second half of this battle here to find out.
Just some clarification on the past run. Anthony Taylor dropped a tire and wobbled.
Okay, here we go.
A little more.
Keefe out in the lead. Elias in the chase position here. Initiates on in there. And Keefe just not lighting off at all in the lead, causing Chill to almost have to completely shut down the car. So very, very big issue from Keefe out in the lead there. Both drivers now transitioning out of that keyhole. Chill putting it on the door of Keefe. And here's where this whole no safe run thing really comes into play. No matter what happens, he's going to put it right on your door no matter what. And Keefe does a 360.
Oh, man.
It goes in the grass, so it doesn't count.
Does not count. Envelop that rule during qualifying.
We're going to have a pretty easy decision here.
Should be, but we'll take a look back at the replay just to see what happened in both these runs. Yeah, Keefe, man, struggling through the initiation, it seems. Definitely Chillmate staying comfortable, staying cool, collected.
Locked
As we take
in
it to the
is
gate.
the word that I would use.
Wait the judge's decision.
Also,
There it
just wanna
is,
give
Chillmate.
kudos to, give a little bit of kudos to Chill there, not only for the win, but also for being so nice as to position himself so that the start gate or the advance gate looks normal. Appreciate that from the production side of things. And moving on.
How about that? Gonna be fighting for a chance to take the title and a ticket to the Spring Major. As we see Jonathan Casillas and Lester take battle here. Lester in that chase in that S15. But can Jonathan run away from that blazing speed? A little bit of contact on the rear bumper. Jonathan, not a lot of angle as we make our way through the key. But Lester not backing down, putting it right onto his door. Oh, massive angle. That's going to choke up Jonathan. Allow Lester another opportunity to get back to his door as they get across the line. Lester having to slam on the brakes pretty hard there just to avoid Jonathan.
Yeah, no, definitely some interesting stuff going on in this battle here so far. Some stuff that I wouldn't expect to see this far in from either of these guys in this competition. So hopefully we get some stuff cleaned up here. Obviously, still not a run to really write off or anything. A pretty good run from both of these guys. We switch them around now. It'll be Lester out in the lead with Jonathan chasing him down. Both of these guys initiating on in there. That beautiful S15 Sylvia out in the front. Lester, the fast driver on grid. And oh, Jonathan, a major mistake in the chase position. Causing a little bit of contact, it looked like, and now Lester a little bit offline, potentially as a result. Lester does keep the car in drift and brings it around that last inside clip through the last outer zone and across the line. We might be seeing Jonathan Casillas write himself off here.
That would be absolutely horrible. We take a look at the replay. He's hoping to have a real good points day here. Try to pull in that gap to Anthony Taylor, but he might have just shot himself in the foot. Man. Just tears through the grass there, sending Lester off. Just a little bit. Lester was able to get things recouped. But that might be the nail in the coffin.
Well,
We'll
technically
have to
not
see.
a full nail in the coffin, because no matter who loses here, there is still the battle for third.
Absolutely.
So still a chance for either of these guys to end up on the podium, no matter what happens here.
Yeah.
However, one of these guys will for sure be taking a step on that box.
One step closer to punching their ticket to the ESDA Spring Major. A lot to fight for here today.
And there it is.
And
Looks
it
like
is.
Lester is going to advance on, taking out Jonathan to the third place battle. So that will mean for third place, we're going to see Keefe go against Casillas. And our finals battle will be Chill going against Lester. But first, we're going to have Keefe to lead out Jonathan Casillas.
First off, massive shout out to Keefe, qualified 20th coming into this event. And man, it's been a little bit of a shaky road, but he's here fighting for a podium position against one of the series best, Jonathan Casillas. Just waiting for him to make his way to the line. Keefe waiting patiently. Jonathan possibly doing a ritual of some sort. Or maybe this is just the kind of run-up he wants. That'd be a really far run-up. We're just waiting to see what's going on. Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan's supposed to be coming up to the line here. It looks like we're just kind of hanging out at the advance gate.
Hopefully he can make it to the line soon.
Yeah, no, we don't want to see him lose here due to him not pulling to the line.
Exactly. Unsure of what's going on here. The time is starting to tick.
I think he's probably only got about another minute to get to the line before we have to move on with our night. Oh, well, Hoaxie, we don't know because we're in the commentary.
Seems we do have a protest going on. Someone not happy with the call. Or I guess we're taking a break for that.
Yeah, definitely an interesting battle to protest. But yeah, we're going to go to a commercial break while they get this figured out.
98.1 for Anthony Taylor. Topping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than
The theme is
A 98.1 for Anthony Taylor. Topping the scoreboards with a near perfect
like we
run.
said, there were very, very minimal things that could have been done by Anthony Taylor out in the lead there. Looks like he did catch that wall a little bit, but other than
theme is
Lester didn't check up on him at all. Lester was completely fluid throughout that entire section.
Well, welcome back, guys. We're taking a look at the replay here. Having a little bit of a protest over the last battle that we had between Lester and Jonathan. Jonathan's team feeling that Lester checked up through going up the hill after that first inner clip, which caused him to go into the grass. Looking back on everything, this call still stands. Lester will be advancing on to the finals. And Jonathan will be taking his third place battle against Keefe. We got both drivers making their way to the line. Jonathan has found his spot in the chase position. All ready to go for the third place battle here. Can Keefe find his way onto the podium? That would be an amazing day for him. That organization over at TDR. But will Jonathan hold his ground, cement himself onto the podium? Here we go. White light flashes for our third place battle. Keefe in the lead in that big body chaser. Throwing it hard into the initiation. A little bit of a tap there from Jonathan. Driving with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder as that protest did not go his way. Keefe doing a great job in the lead here. Jonathan fighting for anything he can get in the chase. They come across the line pretty unscathed. So we'll get him flipped around and line back up here. Here we go. Jonathan fires out of the gate. What does Keefe have for him in the chase? As they float into that first inner clip, Jonathan and a little bit onto that rumble. Keefe style trying to claw back in the chase here as they make their way through the key. Good angle from Jonathan. Bumper to bumper on transition, Keefe, but a little bit of a checkup. Unable to get back onto the power. As they make their way across the line. A little 360 to boot. 720 for Jonathan and into the cones. Oh. Jonathan taking a lot of hard licks here today. We'll take a look back at the replay for third place battle. Jonathan definitely holding his own in the chase right up to the door. Been a little tap there for good luck. Man, he didn't stray away. Not at all. Keefe was able to find his footing as soon as they got to the key, but it's definitely a little wavery as compared to Jonathan. As we take it to the gate and await the judge's decision, and pretty quickly, Jonathan Casillas will take the third position on the podium. But major props to Keefe for making it this far into competition. showing his stuff, putting it on display as we get a little bit of a donut celebration there. Beautifully done. As here it is, the time has come. Our first place battle. Chillmate from Team Kinetik. Lester, Mr. Consistency himself, giving chase for the shot to go qualify for the ESDA Spring Major. What do you got, boys? Let's throw it down here at Road Atlanta. Both drivers initiating in, a little wavery from Lester. Chillmate probably a little bit slower through that initiation than Lester was hoping. As they make their way up to the key, Lester right onto that door. Chillmate a few corrections through outer zone 3. Lester not letting that shake him. It's right onto the door, down the hill, bumper to bumper on transition, baby. You don't get smoother than that. Across the line. Lester doing everything he can to cement himself a win. We get things flipped around.
Very intense battle going down here. Lester, of course, is one of the fastest drivers on grid, so definitely looking for other people to be just as fast, if not faster. However, here we go. Gonna be Lester leading out Chill this time around, maybe for the last time of the night here. Both drivers initiating. Lester almost 90 degrees of angle going into that first zone. They now both make it up that hill. Chill, though, keeping up with Lester as they make their way up. And Lester with some crazy big angle. Looks like not fully able to hold on to it perfectly. However, does keep the car going. Managed to save it. Still having to back off a little bit, possibly as a result of that, as both drivers do make their way across the line.
I'd love to take a look at the replay here. What an absolute battle that was. Few things to note from the second run. Especially that first one, Lester initiating in, flipping that pylon on that inner clip. Might play a role into the judge's decision. Chillmate, what an entry into that outer zone 3, putting it right onto the door. That's the kind of stuff you need to pull out if you're hoping to get a win here. We'll take it to the gate for the final decision. And a ticket to the ESDA Spring Major. Need Jonathan to back up just a little bit. If we could just have him back up, he is blocking the camera. Oh, there we go. Judges still taking their time. We have yet to get a decision. Making sure they make the right call here. Looking at line data, telemetry, everything they can. And we're going to go one more time. We're going to see them go at it again. Possibly looking at what happened at that initiation. A few other mistakes sprinkled in throughout the run. We'll get them lined back up. So may clean it up a little bit. We want to put on the best show here, especially for this finals battle. These are the two best guys we got. Let's throw it down here. We got them both lined back up. Chillmate in the lead. Lester giving chase as we await the light. Drivers anxiously waiting. Here we go, white light flashes. Both drivers firing out of the gate. What do you got? Put it all on the table here. Oh, Chillmate goes wide out of inner clip 1. Doesn't get there at all, but Lester keeping it with him. Following his line. Chillmate getting out to that grass in outer zone 3, but Lester not letting that phase him. Still just as deep as he can into his door. Trent Beecham style, as they come across the line door to door. Lester not backing down an inch. Keeping it, as his nickname states, consistent. Mr. Consistency himself. Can he put down another good lead run here? We'll only see.
As these drivers switch it around now, once again, Lester to lead out Chill here.
At the mercy of the start light. Here we go.
Right now, Lester leading, Chill in the chase position here. Lester initiating in, Chill having to close a little bit of a gap there off of the start, and ooh, going way, way inside now. As Chill putting it right on the door of Lester. Lester maybe going a little bit inside as well now. They do bring it outside of that keyhole. Transitioning through for the last time on this course here. Oh, and Lester with a major strain before the finish line there. I'll have to see what's going on.
Definitely had a brief change of angle. I think he was able to carry it across the line, so it wasn't a full straighten, but definitely a large correction. We'll take a look back at the replay. Get a real tail of the tape. Chillmate, just that big mistake on initiation. Had a little bit of a correction in his chase coming up the hill. Lester keeping it really tight, choking up the chase. He runs still littered with a few mistakes. We'll take it to the gate. As Lester will be your winner here at Road Atlanta and qualify himself into the ESDA Spring Major.
Of course, Chill already is in the major, so not much of a loss there for him. This might actually be one of the best ways this could have played out, because now maybe we'll see these two battle it out in the major.
How about that? What an absolute battle for the ages. And a great event here at Road Atlanta. I give a quick shout out. Thanks to all of the drivers for being here and competing. Let's get a little podium train going here. It's the 1 and 2 finishers get some new tires. This will recap our top 3. Lester getting the win. Chillmate second, Jonathan Casillas slotting himself into third. That win over Keefe. Line up for a little photo op. Stunning cars. All liveries done by Kinetik Creations. Big shout out to them and all of our other partners. ADL, ESDA, these drivers going to get a chance to battle it out over there. Team Lock to Lock, Drake Drifts for the beautiful layout here at Road Atlanta. Augie Customs for everything they do for us. Grip Royal for providing our prize wheel for the end of the season. Points starting to close up. As we close in the season, the winner going to be getting that wheel. And always Vosan. Find all of the stuff, all of our tracks, cars. Find it over there. So get a little podium train here at Road Atlanta to close out a beautiful day of battle. Oh, they're throwing it around. Once again, a big thank you to all of the drivers for showing up and competing. We wouldn't be here without you. We wouldn't be here with all of our partners. Once again, another shout out to them. Congrats to all of the drivers. Once again, another shout out to Lester for the win today. Make sure to catch us here soon for round 4 of the Oversteer Grand Prix.